Alright guys, we're back here this morning, and we've had a hell of a morning. Let me get this pulled up here so y'all can see this. Yep, that's the right one. So here's what I've been poking around looking at. CERS. This is one that I was really hoping it would bounce before these on these EMA lines, but excuse me, as long as it bounces at or before this 50-day EMA line, this could be a good one. And guys, let me do this rundown real quick, and I wanted to go over a few quick things about the chart. This is another one. If it bounces around here, this will be a good one to keep going today. Same here, as long as it bounces around here. If not, if it comes down around here, look for it to kindly slack off a little bit, and if it does anything, it'll be more toward the end of the day, after lunch, something like that. Kano is one that we talked about yesterday. We'd take a look at today. It's in the same boat. It's going to have to bounce here. And guys, if you start to see your stocks going down, if you look here at FinViz there, you can see the markets are starting to go red. So don't panic. You know, I mean, look at the heat map. The whole damn map is red. Okay. So I want to talk about day trading here. 1 second, guys. If you don't have $25,000 in your account, then you can still day trade. It's the rule is you get 3 day trades within a 5-day rolling period. That's one of the reasons I have 2 accounts, so I can have extra day trades. What that means is once you have 1 day trade, it'll take 5 days for that to come off. Now you can only have a total of 3 within a 5-day period. So let's say I trade 1 today, 1 tomorrow, 1 the next day. So that's all I can have for 5 days until that first one reaches 5 days. Once that first one reaches 5 days, I have 1 back, and then the next day I'll have another one back, and then the next day I'll have another one back, because we did them in succession like that. If you do them all in 1 day, 3 trades in 1 day, then you'll get them all back. I hope that kind of makes sense. But yeah, you'll get a total of 3 within a 5-day rolling period. So each trade will come off within 5 days, but you're only allowed 3 total within those 5 days. I hope that wasn't confusing. AC here looks like it's bouncing off. Okay, so what I was talking about, guys, is the platform I'm using here is Webull, and it has a buttload of indicators. I mean, look, we have EMA lines, super trends, VWAP, even MACD and RSI are considered indicators. Some are on the chart as an EMA line, some are off the chart. Now an EMA line or an MA line or an SMA line, those are moving averages. It takes the average within that time frame. So this is a 3 minutes. So that's the average price where it should be at within a certain day period. Now the purple one I have set up for 15 days. So this is a EMA line. So it's exponential moving average. So it's the moving average over a 15-day period for the 3 minute chart. Now if you look, if we switch to the 15 minute, it changes. 4 hour, it changes. So it goes based on the time of your chart on a 15-day rolling period. And the reason is because the candles are changing. You know, you have one big candle here instead of 25 candles. So what I've learned, sorry guys, I'm trying to keep up with this too. What I've learned over time with these is whenever you click on them, let me pull these up. So if you're in Webull, you'll come over here to the indicator alls, and you can look it up. Some cases on like I think maybe TradingView, it'll pull up a search. Just type in MA or MEA. The two that I like using is EMA and MA, and I use EMA more, but really if I didn't have EMA, I could use MA lines or SMA lines. So you'll click on those. Right there's the MA. And then you'll come right over here on your chart and you'll see the little gear for settings. Now they'll have different numbers in here. So if you're on Webull, the EMA lines that I like to watch, and these are 99% of the lines that I watch, is the 15, the 50, and the 200. So you'll put them in the length right here. And then on style, I'll come over and click and make sure that they show up on the chart. So if you look right over here in this area, if I click off of that, it disappears. So those are the three I use on EMA lines. And I have certain colors that I set up. If I come to your house, use your charts, I'm going to set this up with my colors because that's what I'm used to. So pick colors you're used to and stick with them. Don't change them up. So MA lines, 18 and 100 are the one I watch. And really the 100 is really only there because other people watch it. I mean, it has come in handy a time or two, but for the most part, I don't really watch it that much. You'll hear me talk a lot about the 15 and 18. I pretty much treat them as they're the same because you'll see when I click off of this that they're right at each other. So the 15 and 18, I would kind of watch them as the same. The 50-day is a big one, and the 200 is a big one. A lot of times, if you don't have EMA lines, you just have the MA. Some people will use 180 day. So, since they are the moving averages, this is what they should be. If they are above these lines, then they are bullish. If they are below the lines, then they are bearish. If we come back out to the 4 hour and come back, you can see how it crosses over them. So what I look for, if they're already above it, I look for these lines to a lot of times act as support. And look at this. If you look right here, the EMA lines has acted like support going up. 50 EMA line is a big one, and the 2, 15, and 18 are the big ones. They have followed that right up. So I can guess going forward with this chart that if it falls below that 50-day EMA line, maybe I ought to think about getting out. And in this case, See, there's a big gap in between them on this, but in this case, I would get out on that one. If we're talking about a smaller time frame, I may wait for it to hit the 100-day or the 200 before I'd get out. If they didn't bounce there, then yeah, that would be a get out point for me. I also use support and resistance lines. If we go to AMC, I'll show you what I'm talking about there. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. AMC, yeah, no, wrong one, AMC. So if we pull out, you can see it looks like a cluttered mess, but there's actually a method to my madness. As you can see here, it's hit this $30 mark consistently and bounced. So I've already bought in AMC. I bought the dip. Normally I like to wait on the bounce, but I didn't want to take off this morning, and it about did. I mean, it was going this morning, but I didn't want to take off this morning and me miss out on it. So my reasoning behind that was, well, if it drops $1 or $2, that's no big whoop, as long as it bounces off that line. But on a swing trade, my get out point would be this $30. But AMC is not a normal swing trade. It's a stock that I've been watching since February, so I know about what to expect out of it. Usually it'll at least bounce back up once to get your money back. But AMC is a short squeeze play. They've been holding it for a long time. We've had a mini squeeze, like a gamma squeeze. That's an options type squeeze. What was it, a couple months ago? Maybe not that long ago, I don't remember now. Right here it was. Yeah, it was back in beginning of June. And you can see it lasted over the course of a week, maybe two. You know, kept building and going. So that's what I'm looking for in this one. If somebody was to ask me, is AMC a buy right now on this bounce according to what I have here, I would say yes. I'd say this is a good dip buy. But if you want to play it more conservatively, you could wait for it to bounce at or near this $30 line, $30 line, $30.89 line. Guys, let's talk about Hood. What's going on with Hood this morning? Okay, you can see this is a. Excuse me, I went blind. This is a 15-minute chart. You can see it's wanting to try to bounce here at these EMA lines. That would be a great bouncing off point. If it could, if it would. Yeah, see, there it goes. See? Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. So see right here, that's how I use those lines. So I'll look and say it should bounce there. If it don't, then we'll give it to the 50-day. But in this chart, if it went below the 50, it would be a dead cat. But you can see right here, look, it has went out the 15 and 18 EMA line all the way out. And guys, what's good about these indicators is other people watch them too. Other buyers watch them. They'll use them like I do. They'll say, oh, it's bouncing there, I better buy in. So you can use these as buy-in points. And what ends up happening is it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? So they say, oh, well, it's about ready to hit that line, I'm going to buy in. So a few people buy in beforehand, the more aggressive ones. And then people see it starting to bounce right there because people are buying in. And they say, look, it's bouncing, I'm going to buy in. So it keeps bouncing more, and that candle grows, and other people's like, holy shit, it's growing, I better buy in. You see how that works when people start watching it? Really, I'm looking for confirmation, but I'm not looking for confirmation of the price magically going up. I'm looking for confirmation, is people seeing what I'm seeing and buying in? Are they seeing opportunity in this? Guys, a lot of people play these charts. Day traders, I mean, they're not looking up DD, they're not looking up, I mean, they may check the news tab real quick to see if there's any bad news, like, imminent danger, the company's going bankrupt, that kind of shit. But overall, the chart is a scoreboard. That's what they're looking at. And look, before that candle turned green, we said it should have bounced there, and it's bouncing there. That's not magic. That's other people seeing it too and buying in. Same here. On this one, you can see that it's the green 50 day that it's bouncing off of. It bounced here, and it about found support and bounced off. But because it's rode the 50 day EMA line, we had some people say, well, I'm going to wait to see if it bounces off that 50 day. That's what they did. That's what it did. Now we'll see if there's enough of them looking at that and seeing enough of a good deal on that to buy in. Like I said, guys, now I got my new mic in, I'm going to try to start coming up with some videos and breaking this down more, and maybe trying to get some more like visual aid in here to try. I feel like a lot of times like I can see the answer in my head, but I'm not very good at articulating it. So I apologize on that. I'll try to get some more, like I said, charts and visual aids and stuff like that. Let me show you one that we've been talking about since we're talking about charting. I posted this on Discord and on Twitter. Guys, this is a perfect example of a head and shoulders pattern. Now, you can see here that I've drew some lines. This is a trend line, resistant line. And these are just regular horizontal support lines. So I drew one going down. I drew one between these peaks and this peak. This is what they call an inverted or an inverse head and shoulder patterns. You have a shoulder that comes to the same line on either side and a head. This is a bullish symbol. Now if it was a regular head and shoulder, it'd be a bearish symbol. And what happened when it come up on the trend line, it didn't continue down and go. It broke out of it. So this is a bearish symbol. Now on this, when the volume is low and the float, excuse me guys, and the float is medium high, it's about average, I guess. So when this stock moves, it doesn't move a great deal, but it is bullish. I mean, the bottom here is 846 and the top here is 981. So about $1.50. I mean, it's a slow burn. It's something that you can look into if you want. Alright, let's go over the ones we've been looking at here. Guys, this one, XCLA. This is the 4-hour chart here. And as you can see, that it has squeezed before, and it bounces and keeps going up, and then it's cooled back off. Last I checked, I was watching some videos last night, it still has a very high short interest. I got short interest information here, but it's backdated. I can see 715 as far as it goes back. But you can see it's actually picked up then. Now, I can't tell between then and now if they've lowered that any, but going off some of the guys that are watching it, they say it's still extremely high. Which means if we go back to the chart, if this can continue up, if we can continue pressure, you can see where they tried to knock it back down this morning. But if it can continue up, then this could squeeze again, especially if we can get it above 4, maybe above 5, especially. You know, every 10 cents that this goes up, it's putting a hurting on the people shorting it. So eventually they're going to say, you know what, I've hit my stop loss, I'm out. But you can see that, excuse me guys, I'm sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me this morning. You can see that the bulls has won out until now. And the shorts are trying to crush it. And it's going to scare some people off. You know, if you've been in with AMC, you know that paper hands get scared off in these situations. I bought into this morning. I should have been paying attention and bought in earlier, but I really didn't know much about the short interest. I knew it had squeezed before, and I thought, well, you know, it's probably down lower now, but I didn't know it had grew higher. This is one I slept on. But right here, you can see I've set me a support. If it gets below this and stays below it, now it being a short squeeze, I'll wait and see if it can pull back out, because you know the shorts are really good, especially the institutional shorts are really good at driving down a price. They have programs and stuff like that that can do it systematically. And I mean, if you look back at some of AMC's charts, you can see a perfect step down chart when they've tried to drive that price down. I mean, that's programs and things like that they use to do that kind of stuff. You know, great time to buy in. Plus, you know, what they'll do is they'll hold orders back, send certain ones through, and put the other ones through a dark pool 24 hours later. You know, the whole AMC situation, guys, if you're not up to date on it, if you're just following it for the squeeze, or, you know, just in it listening to everybody else's DD, it's really interesting to read up on. It's a good case study. I can see in the future that people are going to get their MBAs on case studies of that whole situation. Look, IC's bouncing. AC. That's not bad. We're on the 3-minute chart here. Let's see. Look, bouncing. We'll see if it retests here at the 15 EMA line and goes up. There we go, guys. See, I'm out of day trades right now until Friday, so I have to sit on the fence about these. I'm in, this week I bought FUV, which is doing real shitty right now. Well, that's a lie. It's not shitty. It's just, I was expecting it to be a slow burn, but it's more or less consolidated out. But you can see right here, look at that. Even though there's a gap right here, that is a double bottom. Double bottoms like the W shape, if they hit flat like this or along a trend line, and they hit that line at the same place, then that is a double bottom. And just like most patterns, a double top would be bearish, a double bottom is bullish. And you can see right here, hit this W and went up. Will it continue it? Time will tell. Oh man, I was really hoping on. There's a guy in Discord playing this one. I was actually looking for a buying point, but it went out. Apron's one I'm watching. Look at this. Look right here. There's another thing too, guys. Learn these trend lines and stuff. Oh shit. No, that's stupid. Yeah. So if it bounced here, that would be more of a cone shape, a triangle. If it comes on down, it could be more of a channel. Up channels are bearish. The triangle is bullish. There's really not enough to go on that bottom yet. Alright. Well, we're waiting on chart to develop. God, that heat map is red, man. One other thing I wanted to show you guys. If you're not using Webull, let me make a case for it here. It's got great charting. It's got great indicators, great draws. I did have a level 2 order book, but you got to use PayPal to renew it. I don't have PayPal, so I gotta set me up one in order to renew my level 2 on this. Level 2 will show you good buying and selling walls. It's a good volume and price indicator. When I get that back up and running, I'll show you more about it. Until then, what I use is this volume analysis one. I'll squeeze it in like this, and you can see the different prices going up through right here. And you can see, is it more bearish? Is it more bullish? You can see where they're buying in at. You can see orders. Here's another good one. This is about the overall market. So you can look here. There are more buyers in this market right now than they are sellers right now. Not by much, but they are. Never mind, that just changed. I guess it updated. I guess it hadn't updated. So that shows you, and if you look at the overall market, the SPYs right now, let's go back here. You can see it in the market. Look, the NASDAQ's wanting to pull back. Let's see if the S&P and Dow follow it. I like the S&P. It's a little more weighted toward technology and things like that. So it's a little bit more indicative of the way I trade. So that's usually what I'll follow. Guys, let me apologize too for my voice this morning. I got the morning voice. But, yeah, you can see the overall market is red. The fact that it's not bright red means that it could be turning back. You can see there is more green than what they were earlier. So we might see a reversal here soon. Let's, before we check out some of those on FinViz real quick, let's take a look at the SPY. So this is the ETF of the S&P 500, the SPY. I've got it on the 15-minute chart. Here's a 3-minute chart. So you can see overall the trend is down. I mean, this candle right here is a good sign if it finishes off like that, we might be in a reversal. You know, it's a good start. You know, you can't base it off one candle, but that would be a good start of it. Yeah, see? Let's see if it continues. Oh, we're not sitting here watching the chart. We'll come back. Alright, let's check out Finviz. Oh, BT's back on the map. Bet you it's going down. Let's hope it's going up. Nope, it's back up. I'm just trying to chat with Discord here. Alright, let me check, see if, check messages here. Alright guys, it should be about that time. Alright. So, so somebody was just asking, you know, why did Hood get halted? Now, why it's up, I'm getting ready to check and see. So why it's up, I'm getting ready to check and see. There should be good news out about it right now. But why it got halted was, let me pull it up here and show you guys. Okay. So according to SEC rules, if a stock goes up a certain percentage point too fast, too quickly, it'll get halted. And it does that so things just don't get too crazy and blow up. You know, it kind of cools things down a little bit. And you can even see in the next candle right here that things kind of backed off a little bit. Maybe they had some profit takers. Maybe it was just slowing down. But then it picks back up and it got halted again. And then again it picked back up and it even went up here. I think it was halted at least 2 times. It may have been 3. I don't remember. But they do that so that it just don't go too buck wild. So really, and Robinhood, you know, doesn't have any say so in that matter. It's not like they're the ones that halted it. It's an SEC rule. They have to do that. if and they'll do it in the reverse too. If things start selling off too quickly, like right here at this candle, I bet you it either got halted or almost halted before it found support and bounced a little bit. So they do that to kind of like cool things off, to keep it from going too wild. The market, they don't want the market to just, break and go wild. Uh, they want more of a controlled in and out, and up and down. That's the reason why we have things on these prices, and they have ways of uh, making it a more controlled sense. It's like with AMC right now, they're talking about doing a controlled squeeze, just because the market makers has effed up so bad in shorting its stock and continuing to short it, that they're actually looking. It's kind of a bailout for them. So I don't know what the latest news on that controlled squeeze was, but that's what they was talking about for a while. So guys, if y'all ever got a question, if I'm talking about a stock, I'm sorry if I don't get to it right away, but if you ever got a question, just post it here, or if you're in the Wall Street Bets new Discord, post it there, tag me in it, and I will get around to it, I promise you. So yeah, I'm a little bit slow on the messages. I get to talking about a certain thing, and I like to finish that thought. I'm just one guy. I don't have mods. I don't have none of that stuff. So, please forgive me if it takes me a little bit to get around to them. Let me check Discord while we're at it too, guys. Somebody want me to look at AHT. AHT. I don't think it's dead. It's even almost, you could really call that a double bottom right there. Let's draw some lines really quick on this. Let me pull out here. So this right here, look, you see it's bounced off of this support. It has broke this resistance, and as long as it stays up above it, now this resistance will turn support. And I would look for it to either continue on to the next resistance, or more than likely it'll come back and test this one as support, 1435. So let me just tell them that in Discord here. 1393. So if it doesn't do that, if it comes on down, 1393 is the bottom support. So guys, did you see, these are just quick support lines. I mean, it's not the overall support and resistance. If you hear a lot of people talk about support and resistance, they'll pull back here and they'll look for the lowest point, usually that's hit 2 or more times. Like if I was just doing a quick one here, I would pick this as support, and that is resistance, just on this time frame, on that scale. That's support down here. This is resistance. So what am I talking about support and resistance here? Well, there's many layers to break through to get to the top and bottom support and resistance. So when I'm charting, what I'll do is I'll pull out a little bit. I'll make me some real quick lines. You can see right here I didn't go with this one because it's hit multiple times on this, and that's just a small little, like Matt Corey says, a fake out breakout. And then it's come back, and you can see it's kind of bounced in between these two. So that is a support and resistance line for that area. So when we go down here, we can see it's bounced off this support, it broke resistance. Now when it breaks resistance, that resistance now becomes support. Will it hold? You know, you'll have to wait and see. If it doesn't, then it'll turn back into resistance and you'll have the bottom line of support again. But if it, usually what you'll see is like it'll go up a little bit, maybe halfway, it may even come all the way up to this line, and it'll come back down and retest that support. Those are what I look for. I look for a test of that support before I will officially confirm that as support. RSIs, guys, if you don't know a lot about RSI, it's a momentum indicator. Traditionally, it's thought of 30 as being over sold and 70 or higher being overbought. So usually if you'll see them at the below the 30 mark or above the 70 mark, we'll call that overbought, oversold, and you can usually look for it to want to cool back off and get back in between that 70 and 30 mark. You can see, let me find one on the chart here and show you better. Okay, so you can see right here, there's a big gap up. It popped up over the 70 mark, and it actually rode that for a bit. That's actually a lot of bullishness on a 4-hour chart, but you can see that it can't hold those levels, and it has to cool back off and get back down. Same thing with it being oversold over here. It dipped down, it stayed oversold, but eventually it needs to try to stay within those levels. MACD line. Now, there's tons of ways to read these things. But what I use a MACD line for is bullishness. It's another indicator. You know, never use just one indicator as a buy or sell. But MACD line was meant to be that indicator. Meant to be buy here, sell there. But the first thing I look for is the orange MACD line. I want to see it on top. I want to see it crossed over the blue signal line. And usually you'll see that first. If we blow this up here, so you can see right now the blue line's on top, so that's a little bit bearish, but you'll see it cross over. And usually right about that cross or right before, you'll start seeing green candles pick up. So you can see this right here, they kind of start slowing down. They're getting smaller, and then you'll start seeing green candles pick up. So I look for the MACD orange line to cross over that blue line and start separating, and looking for green candles. To me, that is a very bullish signal, and that's just one more confirmation in on me to buy. Look, it bounced, guys. That's just what we called it. Look right there. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy on up. Now we can see, according to the chart, it stays around that blue 100-day line, but every once in a while it will dip down to that 200 EMA line. Now guys, if you don't know what the EMA lines, I talked about it near the beginning. You can go back and watch it, but they are moving averages, and they are good to watch, especially if you like trends and charting. But you can see every time it's touched it, it's boomed back up. We got right here, it's touching this green line coming up. I would look for this to, there's no reason not to think it keep on, maybe even next time it comes down, retest the 15, because we had the 100 here, then tested the green, then maybe test the 15, if it stays that bullish. If it don't, look for it to come down and test the green line. If not there, the blue line. If it goes below that blue line, I'd say it's dead for the day, but not dead for the swing trade. Does that make sense? That means it's probably not going to get back up to highs today, but it's still got momentum to carry it into the next day. Now, if it goes below that 200, like if I was following this stock for a day trade or a swing trade of a day or two, if it got below that 100-day, I would probably be out. But if I wanted to be a little bit more riskier, then I would wait for it to go below the 200. Once it hit below that 200, I would be out for sure. But like I said, risk pays off. If you look right here, every time it's hit that 200, it's bounced and went a lot higher. So risk could pay off in that case. Let's go through the motions, guys. This is another one we was looking at today. This one is looking very good. This one has a healthy climb. This is a 3-minute chart. You can see how it goes up and it cools off. It goes up. If you look at the RSI, it's going to do the same. Let me get it back down here. See how it goes up, cools off, goes up, cools off. And it's trying to make its way back down to under that 770 line. And now probably what you'll see that it's shot up is every time it goes over that 70 line, it's going to cool back off a lot quicker than it did down here. But this is very bullish for today. Yeah, Kano come back. Look at this. Bouncing around the 15 and 18 EMA lines. Bounced off this green 50-day EMA line and continued on. What I like about this one, guys, and this is what I was telling them yesterday, you see how the stock here has crossed over the 50-day EMA line. All these lines are below the 200. If you look over here, they're all in reverse. So it's starting to get bullish and it crosses over. I like it when they cross over that 200, come back and retest it, and then bounce. Those usually mean that they're going to carry for a while, especially if you see them on the 15 and 4-hour charts. So we can see on the 15, it's up over that. It may come back and retest it. It may continue on because it's already done it back here. I would actually consider that the retest right here and continue on. And we can even see on the 4-hour chart right here. See, it's come up and it's hit this resistance. It's hit it again. But what you're seeing now is higher lows. So it's almost forming a bullish ascending triangle. It keeps hitting this resistance. It can't get through. But buying pressure is coming in and pushing it. And eventually it's going to win out. I'm very bullish on Kano right now. I like this stock according to the chart. Let's look at the news. Or not. No, that's notes, sorry. I like this. I'm going to buy in on this to hold this for a day or two. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm just buying some of this. Let me pull back down to 3 minutes if it's a good buy-in point. Yeah, it's been bouncing. I'm actually going to watch it right here for a second and make sure that it bounces again, because if we draw a quick line right here, and then trend line, we can see that it's forming that bullish ascending triangle I was talking about. Where is the end of the day? Yeah, we got time to let this play out. Let's let this play out and see what it does. So what I'm going to do, here's what I'm going to do. If it breaks above this and shows bullishness, I'm going to buy in. If it goes and breaks below this line, I'm out. I think that's a good plan for this. And also, if I do buy into this, let's go back. This right here will be my get out point. 1083 will be my get out point. Is that 1302? Let me go back to the 4 hour here and look better. Okay, so I'm actually, this is looking good right through here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with the fib retracement. We'll go with this high here. No, this one. Now, guys, the fib retracement is a Fibonacci scale is a scale that was figured out by the Greeks years ago by Fibonacci. Okay, sorry, I was looking at something, but it's 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. And it goes in that scale like that. So this attempts to recreate that and put it in a usable form here. I usually only use it as a get out point. So if I come back up to 78%, I never usually go back up to 100 because the stock usually never goes back up to the 100. So I'll pick one at 61 or 78% from the bottom. $14.08 and $15.17. So I'm going to pick it just right. I'm going to go, instead of $15.17, I'm going to pick it at 15 and go 5 cents below that. So $14.95 will be my out point on this stock if I get in it. So guys, we have a plan to get in, and we have a plan to get out. We have a stop loss and a take profit point. And it's not bad. It's right around one to 4, or 4 to 1 profit loss. So that's good. If we're talking about profits, if we go to right there's close enough. That's a 28% profit. 28% profit, guys, if we get back to there. Can't beat that. Oh, what's going on here? What's this doing? Is it bouncing? So right here, again, this is low volume, and that's the reason I don't like this stock. But it is bouncing. It's not looking bad. Let's see if anything has changed on. Let me see if anything's changed on Finviz real quick. Let's check out Atom and XPI. EXPI. That's the other one we was looking at here, wasn't it? So that's not changed. I thought that was a new one. Atom. It did look good. If it don't bounce around here, then it's going to lose momentum. If it does bounce around the green 50 EMA though, it could get bullish by the end of the day. So we'll put that on our watch list and look. Anything else? I can't tell. BYSI. It's not showing over there, so that might be new. BYSI. Yeah, it's found support, and it's trending. It's higher lows, so there is that. If it bounces around here, it might get bullish near the end. LMRK. LMRK. I don't want to check Discord one more time. AHT. Let me take a picture of this and show him here. This guy's still worried about this dog. Alright, so we'll throw up a picture for him. Alright guys, things are starting to die down now. We'll be back for Power Hour around 2:33. So the ones we're watching right now, again, AC, we're looking to see if it keeps bouncing. I'm watching Kano here to see if I want to buy in on it. EXPI, I'm watching that one. I mean, I'm watching this one, but I don't know why. And EXLA, I'd like to see this bounce. So we'll see. Alright guys, if you find any value in what I'm doing and you want me to keep doing this, you know, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and share it with your friends, guys. Let's grow this community. Help me out here. All right, you have a good one, guys.